Okay, so this was not the intended mission today. So I brought this thing home, you know, and I did not intend to tear it all apart. But that's what's happened. So, yeah, engine's out. I'm in the process here of pulling the tranny. It's pretty much gutted. And I have decided that I am going to, I made an executive decision here. After looking at this machine, I'm going to sell the Atex and build this for what I want. This is a much better machine. The transmission setup is a lot better design. The hull is made out of heavy duty fiberglass, like 1/8 inch thick, 1/4 inch thick fiberglass. The frame is made out of aluminum channel iron. The steering system uses band brakes on these big rotors here on the tranny. Is a much better design than what the Atex has. This is a better machine. So this machine is going to be, I'm going to have one machine. This will get tracks, and it will always have tracks. Yeah. I pulled the engine out. It's a one lung 200 something cc motor. I can't get spark. I get spark, but it's real weak. You know, it's late 60s, early 70s vintage 2-stroke motor. I was going to try to get it running, but I think I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to put a big 4-stroke in here, like what's in the Atex. Lot less electrical. The rectifier and the coil and everything on here is all old, and it's not working right. And I'm gonna go with a different engine. So I like the way this hull is shaped better than the Atex. This surface right here is straight across, smooth, all the way from front to back, like an Argo would be. It kind of sort of looks like an Argo a little bit. My plan to put a cab on the machine would work perfect on this machine. It would be a nightmare on the Atex, because I can build off of this surface here, and I can make a full enclosure on this. Yeah, I'm liking this a lot better. So that's what I'm gonna do. So it took me a couple of years to get that to the Atex to the condition it's in now. Send it down the road. Somebody else can finish it. I'm going to work on this. So the reason I'm pulling this out is because this transmission is much nicer than the transmission that's in the Atex. It has this cover on the top that I can take off, and I can actually look in there and see all the planetary gears and everything. And when I did that, because I was curious, I discovered that the main drive gear, the teeth on it are all chewed up bad. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that drive gear out of the transmission and have it remade at a machine shop. So that's the biggest issue I'll be dealing with on this. That and modifying an engine to fit. So, all right, so that's where we're at. The project has begun. knowing me, I'll tear it all apart and it will sit and sit and I'll forget how to put it back together. But this time I was smart and I took pictures before I tore it down. So that's that in a nutshell. Seems like most of the bearings on this are still pretty good, even though they're ancient. But the axle bearings, once I got the rusty chains off, I can spin all the axle shafts here. I can turn them really good. So I might not have to source all new bearings and whatnot. Just lubricate the living daylights out of them and run it, you know. I really don't think the machine got much run time. I mean, I'm looking at the sprockets here on the transmission, and they don't look all chewed up too bad. So might be able to just salvage it and get it running the way it is. I need all new drive chains though. Those were all rusted and locked up tight. I had to cut them to get them out. So it needs all new drive chains. But sprockets and everything, the teeth on the sprockets are looking pretty good. So I might be all right.